I promised the last time I was going to share the 10 observations from the laws of chaos. But more importantly, why? You see, there are two ways of seeing the world. The first way is through the theologic and philosophic way. Oh, this is how God wants us to do it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing. It has served us for thousands of years. Now, the other one is how science sees things, and it's a more objective way of seeing the world. Now, where we've had a conflict was for hundreds of years to assume that they were saying two different things, while they were actually complementary to each other. So, while you may not have your pastor teach you this, science and the universe and observation, which is essentially the systematic, science is the systematic way of observing and documenting things and acting based on what you've observed and documented. That's essentially science. It's not rocket science. Okay, rocket science is difficult. But so that complementary worldview is what I'm presenting using cold, hard facts from science. And one of the principles, I've written 7 books, by the way. This is just one of them, and this is just the one I'm profiling for now. One of them is the second law of thermodynamics. There's an entire body of work, even on the first law of thermodynamics. Newton's law of motion, the first law, the second law, the third law, they have lessons for us. Hundreds of things that we can learn from the more objective scientific worldview, and that is why we are going these routes. So entropy is just one of the hundreds of lessons we can learn from the scientific process, and that is why we are going this route. Many times they're like, what's it concern you and my entropy? What's my business? I'm not a science student. Okay, so let me ask a few questions in the book and let's see whether it applies to you. The first one is, why is failure easy and success hard? Science will explain. How come some societies are prosperous while some are broke? Why do we get hungry after eating? Was this world created? Those are fundamental questions that the religious body of work has tried to explain. It's easily explained using the laws of science. Does disorder lie at the core of the human nature? Does entropy affect relationships? So these are not abstract things that have nothing to do with us. Oh, it's just people that no. Whether your relationships will be affected, it has nothing to do with whether you're a student of physics or not, but it affects it. Why is Nigeria so jagbajantis? There's a reason. So let me just quickly read the 10 observations. The law is the law, and the second law of thermodynamics says that the entropy, and you can replace entropy with disorder, decay, degeneration. The entropy of an isolated system never decreases. Such systems spontaneously, please note the word spontaneously, evolve towards the state with maximum entropy, also called the thermodynamic equilibrium. So let me just quickly read for you my 10 observations. The first one is, entropy is the default state of systems. Second, entropy by itself naturally increases. Third, entropy tends to progressively increase towards its maximum level. Entropy continues until deliberate steps are taken to introduce order. Order never occurs spontaneously. That's the fifth one. The sixth, despite efforts to establish order, systems have a natural tendency to return to their original chaotic state. That brother that backslid, that sister that backslid or backslided. What's the correct English now? The sixth observation provides an explanation. The seventh, order is fragile and can easily be disrupted by systems' innate tendency towards chaos. So systems have a natural tendency to disorder. That's just the nature of systems. The eighth observation, it says, once the effort and energy creating order is relaxed, chaos emerges naturally. Okay. The ninth observation states that both chaos and order are interchangeable. And the final one, it says, while order can lead to chaos, they're interchangeable. The ninth one. Chaos can only transition into order through consistent and ongoing effort. Order can lead to chaos effortlessly, but chaos can only transition into order through consistent and ongoing effort. That's just one page. It's just a page, okay? And to leave you with this, there's something called the chaos theory. There's nothing I write you can't Google or check your textbooks. And it says, within the apparent randomness of chaotic systems, there are underlying patterns. So chaos is not chaotic in that sense. There's a pattern to the madness. There's a pattern to the chaos. And if you understand the pattern, you can easily work your way around it. So it's not about, why? No, that is why all the questions I asked at the beginning try to understand how science, cold hard science that we initially thought had nothing to do with it, directly affects it. And a number of folks have been asking me how they want to get the book. I'm reading the book to you now. No need to get it. Just know what is inside and I'll be fine. It's not for me just about buy it. You can buy it. It will be available at selected bookstores and it's also available online. But more importantly, especially for the black man, especially for those of us in Nigeria, understand how things work. Then you can fix it or manipulate. You can't even improve what you don't know how it works. You can't even improve stuff. You can't improve anything if you don't know how it works. So the first thing is, how does it work? And that's what this is trying to tell you. See you at the next one.